What's up guys, this is Astranox. This is a 3 weeks old free-to-play account and my progression has been insane. You can see here my free sky stones and I was able to reach Challenger in Arena with a Bruiser playstyle. So usually I go for Wyvern, but for this account I rushed Banshee. You can see all my progression videos. You can see here this is 22 days login. So yeah, I was able to do it in 3 weeks. It's the end of the week and you can see here Challenger 5 getting the Sky Stones. And let's look at my stats here. I actually just refreshed 5 times for flags. I believe it really wasn't much at all. And you can see here the first week gold and then master, and here we go Challenger. It was, well, it was easy really. Like when you have a solid bruiser team, you're able to just take so much damage. And, you know, you take them apart. This is my defense team. And these are heroes that I also bring for offense. This is, you know, heroes that I bring for offense. I have them set on my defense that I also bring in PvE content. So heroes that can be brought in so many different areas of the game. So that is really a big part of it. If you want to progress fast, you need to put your resources to good use. Just gonna show you guys, you know, my stats and my gear, so you get a better understanding of what you know I was wearing when I reached the Challenger League. So here on Charlotte, all that critical hit chance is a waste because she always lands a critical hit with skill 1 if she's buffed, and skill 3 she doesn't even need to be buffed. So yeah, I mean there's a lot of improvement to do to my Charlotte. Ray, I mean, I summoned him. I was fortunate enough to get him, but, you know, you can just be running Angelic Montmorency, which is going to heal a lot more than Ray, and everyone can get her. You know, she's a free hero. Ray, I got him, you know, and they actually gave me 2 more Rays. That's why I do have some memory imprints, but you don't need Ray by any means. So Charlotte is my selective summon, and, you know, I got Ray, I got General Purgus. I was able to summon these heroes. So instead of, like, you know, trying to make a team that everyone can make, I just decided to invest, put my resources into heroes that I'm going to bring in multiple areas of the game. So yeah, I mean, you know, I'm already a free-to-play player. I'm not gonna do a free-to-play team on top of it all just to prove a point. But, you know, going for the 5-star Moonlight Hero Ruel of Light, which everyone can do, getting Charlotte, everyone can do that from Selective Summon. And that was the way that I did it. You know, like I progressed in the game. I farmed. I got to farming Banshee 13 in 7 days, and I got Charlotte from Selective Summon. So that was pretty solid, you know. So yeah, Ruel of Light is amazing because she's able to keep the heroes alive, and I can set her on my defense. I can set these heroes on Guild War defense, bring them in Guild War offense as well. Later on, I will be bringing them in World Arena, which is RTA for real-time arena. So Falconer Clary is Clary is a 3-star hero. Everyone gets her for free. You do her specialty change into Falconer Clary, and you can bring her in all sorts of places. So I have her on counter and health set. I would prefer to have her, you know, on like counter and immunity set, but, you know, I don't have such good gear yet. And you can see here, even for her specialty change, I don't even have her at plus 30. I actually do have her at plus 30 now because it's a double rune drop rate event. But for getting to Challenger, I didn't even need to have her at plus 30. So I only used 5 heroes. These are the 5 heroes that I've used. And there's heroes that I'm going to invest in and I'm going to, you know, use in PvP. And Crimson Armin, very powerful hero. You want to survive a lot of damage coming your way. That passive, man, 15% damage reduction, plus having Aureus, you know, on Crimson Armin. Very good way to survive, you know, a cleave team, single target burst team. Troublemaker Crozet, you know, boosting the survivability of the backliner. That's another hero I'm going to invest in. And I was fortunate enough to get Angel of Light Angelica, and I haven't used her yet. But yeah, I'm going to 6-star her, and I'm going to put her on my defense for Arena. I'm going to be bringing her in Arena offense as well. But, you know, just for the purpose of the video, I wanted to just stay stick to my core. You know, Caides is actually a hero that is very, very good, and I'm going to, you know, 6-star her, skill her up. But it might take a bit of time, and I'll be bringing her in PvE content as well. Rose is another one that I might invest into because she's hard to take down, and she's actually really powerful. So let's test these, you know, my teams. Let me just show you guys how they are actually performing in arena offense. So also I can talk about who I don't actually attack, like a team that has too much offensive power. I will not go in there because I cannot take it, like just yet. I don't have the gear. My gear is not at the right level, and you know, if I bring, let's say, Crimson Armin, I can take a lot more damage compared to, let's say, a team that has Falconer Clury. But it's about surviving the initial burst damage, you know, a turn 2 bruiser team. And that's what you should work to build, because the meta now is very cancerous. There's a lot of debuffs. There's a lot of all kinds of stuff. You know, you can stop a cleave, a single target burst team, that might be harder. Of course, it's harder when the player is actually controlling their heroes. But when you're fighting an arena team, well, you can bait the elements into different elements. So if you have a team of like, you know, like in this one, I have Earth, I have Fire. So Fire heroes on the enemy team will attack my Earth, Ice hero will attack, you know, Charlotte, and Dark will attack either, you know, General Purgus or Ruel of Light. So you can spread the damage across your team. You don't want every hero to attack the same hero on your team. So it's going to be much easier to sustain. You're going to buy more time if you're only running one Soul Weaver, and that Soul Weaver is like a Ruel of Light, which cannot heal the whole team unless you Soul Burn skill 1. So you can see, like, Charlotte, she's very, very good. Like, definitely a hero that, if you make a new account, you should get her from Selective Summon. Now, I've done this before. On my 4th account, I actually got to Challenger League in 25 days. It was under 1 month. I put in the title, but it was actually in 25 days. Now this is in 20 days. Actually, it was 20 days for this account. So 20 days versus 25 days. The playstyle for this one is Bruiser playstyle, right? You tank it up, you survive up until turn 2, and then you retaliate. And you have your heroes on counter set, immunity set, you know, you have a lot of both. My other playstyle was farming Wyvern. This account here, I'm farming Banshee. So it's really different playstyles. The other one was speed cleave or speed single target burst, right? But I went with speed cleave, very high offense. There was no Arbiter Vildred for free back in the day. Now that playstyle can still work to climb up to Challenger, and I feel like I could have pulled it off in maybe 2 weeks, up to 3 weeks. I could have pulled it off because you can now farm, you know, Wyvern, whatever boss you want to farm faster. You get a lot of free gear. So it is easier nowadays to pull something like this, and you get a free 5-star Moonlight hero, which helps tremendously. So I could you know, replicate that. I could do it, I think, in 2 weeks for the Bruiser playstyle with farming Banshee if I really wanted to. And if I decide to make an account to, you know, with speed farm Wyvern, I could have done it in 2 weeks. You might need to refresh more often and, you know, use Sky Stones to get flags. So the first week, let's say you push into, instead of gold, it would be master, and then you do the push from master to challenger on the second week. Very possible, I would say, but there's just so many different things to worry about when you make a new account and progressing in the storyline. And, you know, the Abyss, you know, pushing the Labyrinth. There's a lot of stuff, and I invite you to go check out my progression video so you get a better understanding of what I'm talking about, because I give you guys a lot of tips. I guide you through how I was able to progress that fast. But if I have to compare both playstyles, the issue with the speed team, let's say speed cleave team, well, is that cleave is dead, and it's getting worse and worse because they're introducing heroes that counter cleave. So the enemy has a lot more tools to their disposal to actually stop a cleave. Now, if you're going for speed single target burst, you know, you're using heroes that deal a lot of single target damage, and you start to take out the heroes one by one from the biggest threat to the lowest threat hero on the enemy team, then you can definitely pull it off. If you're smart about it, if you know what you're doing, you can pull it off. But if you're a new player, you don't know what hero does what, then like a playstyle like cleaving is easier, or a playstyle like Bruiser which has form of cleaving, because as you can see, Charlotte can attack everyone, General Purgus can attack everyone. Like, you can use heroes that are tanky but also attack everyone. You can do something like that, but it's going to be like a turn 2 team. It's going to be slower. You have to buy time. You have to take a lot of damage and stay alive. So yeah, it's definitely harder to understand how that works, because you need to keep yourself alive. You need to itemize your heroes properly. But the issue with farming Wyvern and going for a speed cleave is that the enemy has too many tools at their disposal to stop it, right? So you can climb to Challenger because there's not that many, you know, there's no meta comps. Like, there's not many most effective tactic available team compositions that will stop a cleave just yet. That is in higher Challenger, especially in Champion Plus, right? There's a lot of teams, like, they are, you know, countering cleave playstyle, so it gets tougher. You can pull it off, you can get to Challenger, but it won't be effective after that. To climb Challenger up to Champion and higher than that, it will not be working too well for you. And these heroes will not be working too well for you on your Guild War defense, on your arena defense. But if you go for a turn 2 team, if you go for Bruiser playstyle, you could do it by farming Wyvern. You don't have to go and farm Banshee like what I did. But having something like a counter set, having something like a lifesteal set is a major, it's a game changer really, because you know, lifesteal, you can top off your hero. Like Charlotte, she attacks everyone, she's able to heal herself by quite a bit. Now having something like a counter set means like you're getting some free damage in, and if you put that on a hero that, like, let's say a Charles, right? Charles uses skill 1 and then has a chance to trigger skill 2. You can get a lot of damage out of just triggering a counter set, which is really cool. And the struggle to get a lot of speed is very, very rough. Like, it's really rough because speed can roll between 1 and 5, right? Epic gear, the minimum roll is 1 speed and the maximum is 5 speed on item level 85. Epic gear is from 2 to 5 speed, but it's really, really hard to get high speed. So it's better to just slow it down, boost the survivability, have more health, have more defense, have counter set, lifesteal set, and use heroes that have a kit that boosts their survivability and they have evasion and stuff like that. So it's definitely a different playstyle, and to be honest, it's way more rewarding from what I've noticed so far, because like I said, these heroes that you are bringing in PvE content, you are also able to set on your defense for arena, for Guild War, and you can also bring them for your arena offense and Guild War offense. So I feel like that is the way to go, and you will be definitely putting your resources to good use, and you won't have to make like 25 6-star heroes, right? Like on my account, when I was filming this, I think I had some like 11 6 stars. So yeah, 11 6-star heroes. I was able to progress a lot. You know, I almost have episode 3 cleared in the adventure. I have Banshee 13 on farm. I'm in, what is it, Abyss 91, but I could have pushed to 100 plus if I actually built Caides. Caides is sort of like a requirement. Unless you have maybe a Spectre Tenebria, you need poison, you need something like that to help you out, especially when your gear level is not so high. You can definitely cheese a lot of floors with that. And I cleared like the Labyrinth, I got Nyx Sanctum, Zone 5's cleared. I could finish all of Asmakalis normal. I could probably down 3 bosses or more in Hell. Asmakalis, it's just like the entry tickets, it's rough because I was rushing for Nyx Sanctum Zone 5 first to get the Destruction and Crit set. And there's a lot of epic gear from episode 2 and episode 3 AP exchange shops, and that stuff is just waiting for you. And if you are able to just push in the story with something like, I was running Charlotte and Ruel, I can duo stages with just Charlotte and Ruel, plus the requirement that you need to 3-star every stages, right? So I was able to just bring all these heroes that I bring for PvP and all sorts of content in everywhere, like at the same place, like I mean different places, but running the same team. So definitely putting resources to good use. And that, I feel like that's definitely the way to go, man, because you don't want to spread your resources too thin and build like a roster of like 20 heroes to achieve the same result, right? So I feel like this is definitely the way to go if you want to be optimal. And it's going to be rewarding because you're going to be able to use all these heroes and put that playstyle to good use and really push it, because that is one of the better play style currently in the game, especially as a free-to-play player, because fighting for speed and going first is way too hard for a free-to-play player. If you want to do that, you have to be like a day one player, or you have to be a whale spending thousands of dollars in the game. But as a free-to-play player, rushing for Banshee is definitely the way to go. And you can just go and check out my progression videos if you want to see it for yourself. Anyways, that's going to be it for this one. Let us know what you guys think about all that in the comment section. I'm Astranox. Good luck with all ya do. Peace out for now.